This year, a bunch of Spaniards stood up and said the event should be canceled forever because it's so dangerous. I'm like, it took you 540 fucking years. Hey, fuck that, man. Have 2 a week. Change the name from the running of the bulls to the thinning of the herd. We'll have the final event at Talladega, call it the dodging of the NASCARs. You ready? Go. Vroom, pop. They're quick, aren't they? You might want to turn your wipers on, Dale. We were in London for 2 days, and I was afraid I hadn't allotted enough time to see London because it's one of my favorite cities with so much tradition and history. And we were going to get a cabbie to take us around and show us the sights, and I thought I probably should have allotted more time. But if you get a cab driver in London that's a Scottish nationalist, which is somebody that believes that Scotland and England should have no ties whatsoever, they go home every night, watch Braveheart and beat off. Mel Gibson's hitting another guy. If you get a Scottish nationalist for a cab driver in London, you can see that city in about 10 minutes. I wouldn't go to Buckingham Palace if they paid me. I changed out the guards just for pussies and what it is. What? Are we going to see Big Ben? I told you to look to the left, you look to the right, I'm getting paid by the mile on the minute. What? Whatever, dude. What's this building? It's your fucking hotel, get out. Yeah, what are we going to do with the other day and 3/4? Because the food's awful. It is awful, too. They took us to a place called the Fox and the Hound, and I'm pretty sure that's what we were eating. I don't know which one they were serving that night, but I can tell you this, it needed ketchup. And they didn't have any ketchup. I wanted to take my son to see St. Paul's Cathedral, the second largest cathedral in the world, and it was closed because the next day was the Queen's birthday. I'm like, well, this is a church. Jesus doesn't take a day off because this woman aged. What if this were the day I wanted to give my life to Christ? It wasn't. But what if it would have been? I'd have been screwed, that's what. I have no idea what you'd ever get the Queen of England for her birthday. That's got to be a tough old broad to shop for, doesn't it? I bought my wife a breast implant for her birthday, and I've never been a big fan of plastic surgery, but I got to admit, I've had a lot of fun playing with these things. I haven't given them to her yet. I just keep them on my tour bus and just rub them in my face. I'm glad they clean up easy. What? I'm just glad they're not made out of corduroy. That's all I'm saying. I'd have to have them Scotch guarded. I find it a little ironic that the product that I use to keep from ruining my sofa should I spill my drink on it is actually called Scotch Guard. Sometimes things just work out perfect. Yeah, I'm looking for a product that'll protect my sofa should I spill my scotch on it. What do you have? We've got Scotch Guard. Yeah, let's go with that. Do you have vodka guard? How about sperm guard? It's a busy couch. I found out when I got back from Europe that I was being sued by a paper plant. That's what the lawyers are for. I don't know if you've ever driven by a paper plant, but the byproduct of the manufacture of paper in this country is a stench so foul it will knock you to your ever-loving knees. Crown Paper in Houston, Texas is suing me because I said on stage in Houston, Texas that Crown Paper was making the town stink. Like I let some big cat out of the bag. Oh, we didn't know it stunk till you brought it up, Ron. Come to think of it, it smells like a hard-boiled egg fart in this town. Is that somehow your fault, Mr. White? The reason I brought it up, I'm from Houston, and as a child, I lived literally in the shadow of this paper plant. And as a child, I thought the whole world smelled like that. I didn't know. And the first time my family went on vacation to another city, I was amazed. I was like, what's that delicious smell? Oh, God, that smells like heaven and flowers mixed together. What is it? That's a sewer treatment facility. That's fetid shit. You should bottle that, send it to Houston. People can rub a little under their nose, walk right by that paper plant without throwing up their fucking lunch. And we found a new use for fetid shit. I think we all win. Actually, the reason I brought it up, I'm from Houston, I don't live there anymore, and I was just back in town doing some shows, and one morning I was reading the Houston Chronicle, and there was an article in the paper about that particular paper plant, and it said in the article that depending on which way the wind was blowing, that 2 million people could smell the stench produced by this one paper plant at a time. That is a big odor. If it was music and 2 million people could hear it, they'd make them turn it the fuck off. Because it's a smell, it's okay? No, it's not okay. Find a way to make paper that doesn't stink. It's not like you're trying to make catfish bait out of cabbage, goddammit. You're making paper out of wood. Paper doesn't stink, wood doesn't stink. You're doing something to make it stink. Fucking quit. That's me dancing on my soapbox. I love this country. I consider myself a patriot. I met my first wife during the Vietnam War. She's from this quaint little village outside of Phnom Penh. I can never pronounce that word. Vancouver. It's not true. Funny, but it isn't true. I love this country. I do what I can to support our troops no matter what they've been asked to do. I don't have to agree in advance with the mission to support the young men and women who do my bidding. Last year I went on a UFO tour. UFO. That's good, Ron. I went on a UFO tour, which not a lot of comedians are asked to do. Because the jokes translate so poorly from one planet to the next. These are legal aliens. But oddly enough, they still speak Spanish. I went on a USO tour, and I'll tell you the difference. Earthlings. I was in Germany for 10 days doing shows for troops going into and coming out of Iraq and Afghanistan, and they asked me to go to Iraq, and I was like, fuck you, man. I'm not going to that shithole. I'm 50 and fat. I'll get shot. I couldn't dodge a goddamn donut if you threw it at me. What'd you throw a fucking donut at me for, man? You hit me right in the heart, dude. And then when we filmed Blue Collar 3, we filmed it in Washington, D.C., and the fine folks at the USO asked us to spend the day at Walter Reed Hospital. And if you go to Walter Reed Hospital, you'll see a byproduct of this war nobody likes to talk about, but they should talk about it every day, because the sacrifice these young men and women have made for this country, they can't take back, and they should be applauded and saluted and given the best medical care we can give them for the rest of their lives. And they should not live in abject poverty because they made a sacrifice to the greatest nation on this planet. And if we fail there, we fail everywhere we can fail, folks. To the troops, guys. Cheers. I'll tell you one USO story. We're going from room to room visiting these amazingly brave Americans at Walter Reed. Me, Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall, Larry the cable guy. We go to this kid's room, and this kid is mangled. I don't know what they'll ever do for him. The only way he could talk was to hold a finger over a hole in his throat. And he breathed in, and he wouldn't use a lot of words, but what he said was very poignant and very funny. And I was just sitting there admiring him, going, who the fuck is this kid to be this brave, you know? And I carry a man bag, and in the bag are cigars and cigar cutters and lighters and reading glasses and sunglasses and Tampax and my wife's titties and all the things I need to make it through an afternoon. We're about to leave this kid's room, and Foxworthy goes, you know, you're the only person today that didn't make fun of Ron's purse. And this kid goes, pussy. That's the only time I've ever seen Foxworthy snot. He called you a pussy, dude. Or however he talks. I love this country. I don't think this country's perfect, but I don't think any country is. And I think there are ways I could help improve this country, but nobody in Washington will listen to me because of my behavioral problem. There are three ways I think I could improve this country. I could improve the heightened state of awareness system in this country. I could help fund the war in Iraq. And there's an immigration problem. They want to build a wall all the way from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific Ocean, to a specific ocean, which they've already chosen. Oh, he was sharp than that. We saw him. Went on a UFO tour and took a trip across a Pacific Ocean, which he had already chosen in advance. Folks, I believe in my heart that the Department of Homeland Security's color-coded heightened state of awareness system might be the most useless thing ever shoved down the throats of the American people. In all my travels, I've yet to meet one person that knows what to do different if the heightened state of awareness is yellow or orange or yellow. Nothing ever happens anyway. I haven't met one person that knows that there are 5 heightened states of awareness in this country. Did you know? Thanks, man. I'm going to do, I'm going to start off this evening by asking you a question because I don't know the answer. I lost my sunglasses, and yesterday I went to the sunglass hut. Here's the question. Why does a pair of sunglasses cost more than a 25-inch color television set? I go to the sunglass hut. I see a pair of glasses I like. I don't love them. I don't. I like them. $309. And I asked the guy very politely, how do you sleep at night, you little prick? You know what I mean? I was just wondering. And I told him, and this is true, that 2 weeks ago I bought a 25-inch color television set from Walmart for $218. And he goes, well, apparently, sir, you don't get it. I'm listening. He goes, these glasses eliminate 100% of all UV rays. I'm like, no, apparently you don't get it. This thing decodes a digital satellite signal it picks up from outer fucking space. And then it turned out the glasses got basic cable, and I felt like a dickhead. Look, Braveheart, fail. You ever take a crap so big your pants fit better? Anybody ever do that? Have you ever? I'm hoping that happens to me later tonight because these babies don't fit anymore. I'm hoping I'm one big turd away from backing into an old wardrobe. Yesterday I was sitting in a beanbag chair naked eating Cheetos and I was flipping through the television and I saw Robert Tilton. He's a televangelist from Dallas, and he was staring at me. And he said this. He said, "Are you lonely?" Yeah. He said, "Have you wasted half your life in bars pursuing sins of the flesh?" This guy's good. He said, "Are you sitting in a beanbag chair naked eating Cheetos?" Yes, sir. He said, "Do you feel the urge to get up and send me $1,000? Close. I thought he was talking about me there for a second. Apparently, I ain't the only cat on the block digs Cheetos. So it's great to be back in Kalamazoo at the State Theater. Last time I was here, they took me to the Blues Festival, and I love the blues, but they need to figure out some problems with the festival. I don't like to party anywhere where you can't just give somebody money and they give you back a beer. You know what I mean? I stood in line for an hour. My mouth is dry. I want a beer. I love beer. I know they're selling beer. People are walking away from the front of the line. They've got beer. That's how I figured the whole thing out. I get up there. I give the guy my money. He goes, "We don't take money here." What do you take? Coupons. Coupons. Where do I get a coupon? See that line over there? Takes forever. I stood in that line for an hour. I got to show them a driver's license, birth certificate, fill out a form. They mail that away. Send me back some coupons. What are you doing, Ron? I'm waiting on UPS. There's a good chance I'll have a beer by Thursday. I'm partying like a Kennedy right now. I was game too. I had $100 cash on me, about $100 worth of coupons. And then some guys that took me there asked me if I wanted to go to a topless club, and I didn't want to go. I just ended up going because you guys backed me up on this. You've seen one woman naked. You want to see the rest of them naked? It could be an old biker chick, you know, they're going to hang down to here. You want to see my titties? Yeah, I do. All right, that's enough. Roll them back up, sweetheart. Things that make you go. And then closing time came around and the tabs came out, and I found out the titty bar don't accept them coupons. The guy at Taco Bell told me to kiss his ass. I'll give you $40 worth of coupons for a burrito with cheese. It's all I've got. It's a coupon. So I saw something that comes close to truth in advertising. The De Beers people are almost saying what they really mean, because the old De Beers slogan was "Diamonds are forever," and they changed it to this year, "Take her breath away." The new slogan is "Diamonds render her speechless." Why don't they just go ahead and say it? Diamonds. That'll shut her up. For a minute. So, man, I was just in Miami. I don't know, it was a couple years ago, so I guess just would not be the word, but I was working there with Fox when Hurricane George hit the Keys. I just thought this was kind of funny. They evacuated the Keys, and everybody left except for I've been through 2 hurricanes. I was in Hurricane Carla when I was a kid in Houston, and I was real excited during hurricane time, you know, because it was out there in the Gulf and it's dangerous, and I was like, this is cool, until shit started hitting our house. I was like, fuck this. But anyway, they evacuate the Keys, and everybody leaves except for one guy who's going to stay there and tie himself to a tree on the beach to prove a point. And the point was, he said that at 53 years of age, he was in good enough physical condition to withstand the wind and the rain from a force 3 hurricane. All right. Let me explain something to you. It isn't that the wind is blowing. It's what the wind is blowing. If you get hit with a Volvo, it doesn't really matter how many sit-ups you did that morning. If you have a yield sign in your spleen, jogging don't come into play. I can run 25 miles without stopping. You're bleeding. Shit.